Every single moment you breathe is an opportunity that will never come again. Time, unlike money or possessions, is the one resource you can never get back once it's spent. People often talk about time as if it's endless, as if the days will keep rolling forward indefinitely, but the truth is far more urgent. Every day you wake up is a day you'll never live again. The clock doesn't stop ticking because you feel tired. It doesn't pause for your fear, your self-doubt, or your hesitation. Whether you move forward or stand still, time continues. And it doesn't care how you feel about it. You have to ask yourself, how much of your life are you giving away to distractions? How many dreams have been placed on hold? Not because they weren't possible, but because you kept waiting for a better time that never came. How many minutes have you surrendered to scrolling, procrastination, or second-guessing yourself? Those minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days, and before long, you're left looking back, wondering where the time went, wondering how the version of you with all the potential became the version of you with all the regrets. The truth is, the enemy isn't time, it's how you treat it. It's the illusion that tomorrow will somehow offer more clarity, more courage, more energy than today. That somehow you'll magically feel ready to begin. But waiting for readiness is the greatest thief of progress. People wait to feel inspired before they take action, not realizing that action creates inspiration. The decision to move, to act, to commit, that's where transformation begins. Every moment you hesitate, the world keeps moving. While you delay, someone else out there is grinding, pushing, growing. They're not more talented, they're not more intelligent, they're just more urgent. They understand that time is a currency, and they refuse to spend it on things that don't move them closer to who they're meant to be. They aren't wasting time waiting for validation or permission. They've realized that no one is coming to save them, and no one should have to. It's their life, their responsibility, their shot. What separates those who build something meaningful from those who stay stuck isn't luck, it's urgency. It's recognizing that every sunrise is a fresh page in your story, and it's your choice what gets written. Will it be a day of discipline or distraction? Will it be a day you move toward your goal or further away from it? These aren't philosophical questions. They're practical ones, because the choices you make on an average Tuesday are the bricks that build your legacy. So if you know deep down there's more in you, if you feel the quiet ache of unfulfilled potential, don't silence it. Let it drive you. Let it remind you that every second is a chance to align with your purpose. There's no such thing as a small day when you understand that every day contributes to the bigger picture, that every effort compounds, even the ones that seem insignificant, the skipped workout, the snoozed alarm, the unfinished project. They all add up, and so do the moments of discipline, the quiet wins, the hours spent showing up when no one's watching. You don't need a new year, a Monday, or the perfect conditions. You need intention. You need to wake up with fire in your chest, knowing that this day matters because it will never come again. And if it matters, then how you spend it matters. The time you give to growth, to learning, to becoming, that's what sets you apart. Not talent, not luck. Just daily, intentional ownership of your time. It's easy to talk about goals. It's easy to post about ambition. But talking and doing are not the same. The world is filled with people who have big dreams and small habits. If you want to separate yourself, start treating your time like it's sacred. Because it is. You can make more money. You can repair broken relationships. But you can never get back the moment you're living right now. Once it's gone for good. That's why the phrase, make every day count, isn't just motivational fluff. It's a standard, a mindset, a call to arms against complacency. If you lived each day like it actually counted, how different would your actions be? Would you still put things off? Would you still accept mediocrity? Would you still surround yourself with people who drain your energy? Probably not. You'd cut out the noise. You'd move with clarity. You'd protect your time like your life depended on it. Because it does. Every minute is either building your future or stealing from it. There's no neutral ground, so When you decide to rest, rest intentionally. When you decide to work, work with purpose. Don't drift through your days reacting to whatever life throws at you. Choose your direction. Take control of the hours. Don't let them slip through your fingers like they don't matter. Asterisk, this isn't about being busy. It's about being deliberate. You don't need to fill your schedule. You need to fill your actions with meaning. 1 hour of focused effort is worth more than 10 hours of half-hearted motion. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing what matters. About recognizing that the life you want won't show up by accident. It's built brick by brick in the way you use your time today. Asterisk, there are people who had dreams last year that didn't survive the week. Not because they weren't capable, but because they didn't respect time. They thought they had more of it. They assumed they could start later, but later is the lie that robs you of now. And now is all you have. You either build now or you watch your potential rot in the graveyard of good intentions. Asterisk the harsh. Truth is this: most people will die with their best work still inside them, not because they weren't talented, not because they didn't want it, but because they didn't understand the urgency of now. Don't be most people. Asterisk. Every single day presents a powerful opportunity to reset, refocus, and rise. The early hours of the morning are more than just a time of day. They are a symbol of new beginnings and fresh potential. They carry a special kind of energy, a quiet, before the world wakes up, where clarity is most available and distractions are still asleep. When you choose to own your mornings, you make a declaration that your life is under your command. You're not waiting to react to the chaos of the world. You're setting the tone, defining your intention, and taking charge of your direction. Asterisk, there is a deep connection between how a person begins their day and how their life unfolds. The way you wake up, the mindset you adopt, the habits you practice, these things are not random. They're rituals, and rituals shape identity. A life of greatness, a life of purpose and achievement does not happen by accident. It is crafted moment by moment, and it begins when you wake up with urgency, with clarity, and with purpose. Asterisk, too many people hit the snooze button on life, literally and metaphorically. They roll out of bed in a rush, reacting to their alarm, to their phone, to the demands of the world. But when you live like that, you're not leading your life. You're being led by it. Owning your mornings means rising with intention. It means giving your first minutes, your first thoughts to things that fuel you: prayer, stillness, gratitude, movement, or planning. It means protecting your time from negativity, from noise, from anything that drags your energy before the day has even begun. Asterisk, because the truth is this: how you start is often how you continue. If you wake up with purpose, you walk through your day with power. If you wake up with chaos, you carry confusion through every hour that follows. Owning your mornings trains the mind to lead, not follow. It builds discipline. It sharpens focus. It reminds you that you are the architect of your experience, not a bystander to your circumstances. Asterisk, it's not about perfection, it's about priority. It's about making a choice to rise a little earlier so that you rise above the noise, so that you align your mind before the world tries to misalign it, so that you get ahead of the day rather than spend the day trying to catch up. It's about saying, this is my time, this is my season, and I will not waste another sunrise. Asterisk, those early moments can feel difficult. The bed is warm, the world is quiet, and comfort calls your name, but that's the test. That's where growth begins. Discipline is forged in those exact moments when you decide to move anyway. When you choose discomfort over complacency, when you train yourself to value your future more than your feelings. And with every day that you make that choice, you're building a life that reflects intention, not inertia. Asterisk, momentum is not found. It's created, and mornings are the launch pad. Whether it's 10 minutes or an hour, use that space to sharpen your vision. Write your goals. Speak life into your future. Read something that stretches your thinking. Move your body to remind yourself that you are strong, alive, and capable. When you do this consistently, You begin to see that progress is not a miracle, it's a pattern. Asterisk distractions are designed to derail you. They don't show up as enemies. They show up as comfort, entertainment, and urgency. But when you own your mornings, you become more resistant to distraction. You've already grounded yourself, you've already set your intention. So the world may pull, but you no longer drift. You no longer operate at the mercy of your calendar or your notifications. You start living from a place of clarity, not confusion, asterisk, and when challenges arise, and they will, you face them differently. Because you've already started your day with strength. You've already reminded yourself who you are and what matters. That mindset, that discipline, becomes your shield. It gives you the resilience to move through the hard stuff without losing sight of your purpose. Asterisk, what's even more powerful is that this one practice, owning your mornings, ripples into every area of your life. It impacts how you show up in relationships, in your work, in your health. It trains you to be present, not just productive. It teaches you to honor time, not just fill it. And most of all, it helps you remember that every day counts. Asterisk, it's not about doing what's popular, it's about doing what's necessary. Successful people aren't just lucky, they're deliberate. They've learned that excellence is the result of habits, not hype. And one of the most consistent habits you'll find among high performers is that they treat mornings like gold. They don't waste them. They use them to get ahead mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Asterisk, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. But you do have to be intentional. You have to decide that your life deserves more than autopilot. That your goals deserve more than leftover energy. That your calling deserves more than rushed mornings and scattered thoughts. Asterisk, there will always be a reason to stay in bed. There will always be an excuse to check your phone first. But what if, instead, you gave those first moments to something sacred, something that grows you, something that ignites you? What if you treated your mornings like the foundation of your legacy? Asterisk, because that's what they are. The way you begin is the way you build. And the way you build determines what stands when the storms come. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect time. Create momentum by showing up for yourself when it's hardest to do so. The reward is not just in the results, it's in who you become along the way. Asterisk, when you begin to consistently take control of the start of your day, something shifts inside you. Your confidence grows, not because everything is easy, but because you've proven to yourself that you can show up, that you can lead your life, that you are capable of more than convenience. And that shift, that's where transformation starts. Asterisk. Every morning holds the potential to shape the destiny of an entire life. In those first quiet moments before the world fully wakes up, there is power. Power to choose direction, to ignite purpose, and to claim control over the day ahead. How that moment is handled, how one responds to the silence, the stillness, the whisper of possibility, defines not only how the day unfolds, but how a life is built. When the alarm sounds, it's more than a signal to wake up. It's a call to rise into greatness. Not to simply exist, not to drift through routines, but to command the day with intensity, clarity, and discipline. Asterisk, success does not randomly arrive at someone's door. It doesn't sneak up in the dark or fall from the sky. It begins with a decision, and that decision is often made in the earliest part of the day. That first breath of the morning can be a battle cry, a moment where doubt is defeated and purpose is declared. The problem is, most people surrender that power before they even get out of bed. They hit snooze not just on the alarm, but on their ambition. They delay their dreams by 9 more minutes, and then another 9, until momentum is lost. And mediocrity takes over. But there's a different way, a better way. One where each morning is treated like an opportunity to dominate, to move forward, to step into the highest version of yourself. Asterisk, it starts before the feet even hit the floor. It starts with a mindset, a mental shift that says, today is not just another day, today is mine, and I'm going to use every second of it. The mind is most vulnerable and most programmable right after waking. That's not a small detail, it's a weapon. When used with intention, it becomes the foundation of self-mastery. In those first 10 minutes, decisions are made about how to think, what to feel, and how to move. Are those thoughts filled with regret, fatigue, and resistance? Or are they driven by gratitude, vision, and determination? That choice will echo into every hour that follows. Asterisk energy flows where attention goes. So, when the mind is locked in on purpose from the start, everything else falls into alignment. Productivity, creativity, confidence, and resilience all begin to rise. But it's not about perfection, it's about intention. A perfect morning doesn't mean doing 20 things before sunrise. It means choosing one or two powerful rituals and doing them consistently. That could be as simple as writing down a goal, practicing stillness, or affirming one's mission out loud. These are not just habits, they are declarations. They send a message to the world and to the self. I am here. I am focused, I am ready. Asterisk and readiness is everything. The world doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't care if someone feels tired, overwhelmed, or uninspired. It moves forward relentlessly, and those who aren't prepared get left behind. But those who prepare their minds, their spirits, and their schedules each morning, they are the ones who lead. They are the ones who build momentum that cannot be stopped. Because when the day is attacked with focus, the distractions lose their power, the chaos fades, the purpose shines through. Asterisk, this isn't about motivation alone. Motivation can flicker. It can waver with mood, weather, or circumstances. But discipline, that's different. Discipline is built in the dark, in the quiet, in the moments where no one is watching. It's formed when a person says yes to rising early, yes to pushing forward, and yes to honoring the commitments they made to themselves. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It cares what you've decided. And what's decided in the morning can carry a person through every setback, every challenge, and every obstacle the day throws their way. Asterisk, the most successful people on the planet share one trait: they protect their mornings. They treat them like sacred ground, non-negotiable and untouchable. Why? Because they understand that momentum is earned, not given. They know that how the day begins often determines how it ends. And if it begins with clarity, strength, and intention, the chances of it ending in progress skyrocket. But this isn't about copying someone else's routine. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. just because a book said to. It's about designing a system that supports the life you want to build, and then executing that system with relentless consistency. Asterisk, there's also a deeper truth in all of this. The morning represents the beginning of a new chance, a chance to be better, to correct what went wrong yesterday, to take a risk that's been avoided, to become the person that's been silently calling from within. That's not just poetic, it's real. Every single morning is a clean slate. And while the past may still whisper, it cannot dictate the present unless it is allowed to. So the moment the eyes open, there is a decision to make: continue the same cycles or create something new. Asterisk, but time doesn't wait. And neither does purpose. Each day that is not owned is a day lost, a day handed over to distractions, doubt, and delay. But when the morning is seized, when it is claimed with fire and focus, it sets the tone for everything else. Relationships improve because presence increases. Work improves because priorities are clear. Health improves because habits are intentional. It all begins at the start. That's where the standard is set. That's where the rhythm is created. That's where transformation is seeded. Asterisk, people often underestimate the power of a morning because they think change must be big to matter. But massive breakthroughs are often the result of small, repeated acts. Waking up with purpose, practicing gratitude, visualizing goals, fueling the body, and committing to excellence. These might seem simple, but they are powerful beyond measure. Do them for a day and you'll feel the shift. Do them for a week and you'll start to move differently. Do them for a month and you'll no longer recognize the person you used to be. Asterisk, there is a version of life that only becomes available when the morning is used with intention. It's a life filled with passion, direction, and achievement. It's not about being busy. It's about being aligned. Alignment starts when the day starts. When that alarm goes off, it's more than a sound. It's a signal, a call to rise, to lead, to dominate. Those who answer that call consistently aren't just living, they're building legacies. Asterisk.